Merry Christmas, everybody. It is Christmas Day, and today I'm going to run through everything that I did for this advent calendar. Yes, that's right. I'm just going to do a quick summary, nothing too fancy, just kind of run through and give the final verdict. Before I start though, just a quick little thing to say. This was the first time I'd tried the challenge way of doing things. I thought it was an interesting take on the advent calendar that just puts a little extra dimension on it. I'd love to know your thoughts on this new format for the advent calendar, because I kind of want to do it again next year because it was a lot of fun putting this together, and I don't know, it felt a bit more interesting than just playing the games but having that challenge aspect. So let me know what you thought, and yeah, I'm curious to know what you guys thought of it. But let's run through every game that I played this year and how well I did at the self-imposed challenge. Day 1, I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and I fell just shy of the score I needed in the 4th of the 5 runs, I believe it was. So that was a loss. Day 2 was Yakuza 4, where I did horrendously bad at the collection of minigames that I set myself to succeed at. I won one by default, and that was it. Day 3 was a lot better. That was Sonic Mania, where I set myself a time attack challenge, had to beat a certain time. It may have been a bit too easy, I feel, and it's something that I might look into if I did a similar thing in future, but I succeeded it. Day 4 was Super Mario RPG. I managed to do that pretty well. I got to the point that I said I would in the time that I said I would. Made a pretty good time on it as well. So was successful at that. Not bad, considering I haven't played that game in a while and I've only played it once before, so yeah. Day 5 was Dead Space 2, where I basically ran for a train. That I succeeded at, and even had a comment basically saying it took me a lot longer to get to this point in the game, and I'm like, yeah, the first time I played the game it took me a lot longer as well, but you know, when you're just running to get to this point, it does make a difference. Day 6 was Dishonored, where I successfully did a ghost run with one minor slip up, which I think I know what happened on reviewing the footage, where I got seen by a guard even though I was on the chandeliers. I think I wasn't crouching. I think it was that simple. So yes, but of course I allowed myself 3 attempts so I could be seen twice. So you know, that was fine. Day 7 was Control, Game of the Year. Everyone please buy Control. It is an amazing game, but anyway, that's beside the point. That one screwed me over because of the RNG, because I played it in the post game and the game decided not to spawn any enemies in most of the areas, so I couldn't actually achieve the goal that I'd set myself to do, the board countermeasures, in 45 minutes. Oh well. Day 8 was Colin McRae Rally 3, where I did really well for the vast majority of it, and you know, came in first through most of the races, except the very first one where I screwed up so badly I came in 10th, and that pushed me down to 2nd and failed me the whole challenge. Day 9 was Song of the Deep, and I'm actually quite impressed with how well I did on that one, because I came in right under the wire, got to that boss, big spider boss, and defeated it, and was just right underneath that 45 time limit. Just did it. I was genuinely impressed by myself on that. Day 10 was Donkey Kong Country, which I won because the challenge was far too easy, because I was thinking of Tropical Freeze when I set it and didn't actually look back to see if the challenge was difficult in the first game. And here's the thing, it wasn't. But a win's a win, right? Okay. Day 11 was Bayonetta, and I'm not nearly good enough at Bayonetta to get the Platinum Trophy that I said I was going to get, so sadly I did not get that one. Day 12 was the very chill Animal Crossing City Folk video, which I kind of want to do more videos like that, because it was just really chill and nice and I really liked it. It was a nice time doing that one. But anyway, I managed to get the items that I'd set myself to get, and also ranted about Tom Nook, which was also a success. Day 13 was Mega Man 10, played through the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, so I used one of the inbuilt challenges, and I succeeded at that one, and I attempted the second one, and failed at that one, so, you know. swings and roundabouts, I guess. Day 14 was Darkwing Duck, where I succeeded at the boss rush challenge within the Disney Afternoon collection, but it didn't really feel like a win, because that boss, you have no idea how much I edited out of that boss fight, just because it wasn't entertaining enough. It was just me getting more and more frustrated and steadily losing my mind, but I still won. Day 15 was Prince of Persia: Forgotten Sands, which is not a very good game, and the challenge was very easy because, well, the game's not very good. Yeah, and that was really the best I could come up with, and yeah, I'm not impressed with that one. Day 16 was Super Metroid, a much better game that I failed at because I forgot my way to Kraid's Lair, and that's as simple as that. But that's part of the challenge, was just trying to remember how to get to Kraid's Lair. Forgot that it's basically invisible. Would have helped if I hadn't died and lost the entire map. That was a big thing that hurt me. Day 17 was Star Fox Zero, which is also not a very good game. And the reason I failed that one is simply because in order to do the challenge and get the gold medal that I'd set myself, you kind of need to have a degree of precision that Star Fox Zero just does not allow, unless you have two separate sets of eyes that can watch the screen and the Wii U gamepad at the same time. That game is bad. Don't play that game. Day 18 was Final Fantasy Type 0, which that challenge was another one that was way too easy. It sounded good on paper, and then when I was actually doing the challenge I was like, oh no, I'm massively over-leveled. This is a problem. Oh well, I guess I did it. But yeah, that's something that, again, something to look into when I do this next year, is pay attention to stuff like that, where being over-leveled could be a factor. But I still did that one, so here we go. Day 19 was Earthbound. That was the opposite problem. I was underleveled and was unable to beat Frank. Didn't help that I kept wandering around in all the wrong places. If I'd have just wandered around the arcade for 45 minutes and just fought all the punks out there, I would have reached level 8 and been able to beat Frank very easily. I beat Frank, but I didn't beat his robot, which was part of the challenge. I had to beat the whole boss. So that was a failure. Day 20 was Super Castlevania 4, where I actually did better than I expected I would, but I still failed to clear stage 3, just because I'm not very good at the Castlevania games, and honestly that's really it. Day 21 was Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, which I was so close to succeeding on this one, but Coco let me down. I'm blaming it entirely on a fictional female Bandicoot, and I don't care. It is her fault, because I succeeded in the 3 Crash levels and I failed in both of hers. Therefore it must be her fault. Don't question my logic, you know it makes sense. Day 22 was Little Big Planet 3, where I tried to recreate Super Metroid in Little Big Planet. I don't know how functional the level was, but my judges deemed it a success, so that's what counts. Day 23 was Kirby Superstar, where I had to clear the Great Cave Offensive within 45 minutes. Didn't have to get all the treasures, because that would have been a nightmare, but I did it. I got through with about 10 minutes to spare, I think. Yeah, I beat Master Hand. And finally, day 24 was Pokken Tournament, where I played as Gengar and failed horribly because I have no idea how you can play successfully as Gengar in that game. Overall, that is, as you can see on screen, 11 losses and 13 wins. That's right, I was that close for the whole time. I worked it out, like, where was the point where I definitely had won this challenge? And it's day 23, because that's the point where I absolutely could not have lost the challenge. Because with 1 day to go and you've got a score of 13 on the wins, you're not going to get a failure overall. But it was close, and I'm genuinely impressed at how well I did in the first year of doing this sort of challenge thing. I definitely want to do more of this in future, and again, let me know what you thought of this year's advent calendar, and yeah, I will see you around tomorrow, in fact, because I'm not done yet. The advent calendar's done, but I'm not done. There's still more content to come from me. Every day in December has a video from me, and yes, that has been insane to put together, but I've been doing it. I'm still kind of making it as I record this. You are getting 10 days of videos which detail my favourite games of the decade, my top 100 games of the decade. So tomorrow you'll be getting the countdown from 100 to 91, and then over the next 10 days you'll be getting the full top 100. And yes, it's been a nightmare to put together, but it's been fun. So that starts tomorrow, and I will see you in the new year after that, where I'm considering what I'm doing next with the channel, and I should have news on that in the coming weeks. And aside from that, I think the only thing to say is have a very Merry Christmas. Now go back to doing what you should be doing, which is family time or playing with your presents, not watching me. Go do that. Alright, cool. I'll see you around. Top 100 starts tomorrow. Bye. Bye.